I'm making some upgrades to my control box that holds my G540. I want to put a switch in and plugs for my 3-axis. These right here. Pretty common. I think it's unscrewed. Pretty tough. Well, I really need to, but some I'm going to be having 2 switches per axis. So I'll bridge the pins here and tie into my G540 that way. Also, I'll be putting a heatsink on my G540 because I run it at full amperage, and that's what's expected to do. It does get very warm. They highly suggest putting a heatsink in the back of it, which I'll be making today as well. And this is my panel. You've seen it in the last video. This is where my G540 was. The plugs will be going here, here, and here, one for each axis, and a switch as well, because it's just handy to have a switch. And I re-upgraded the blower for the power supply, and yeah, there's a better picture of the box. There it holds everything. It's got a fan, huge fan, with a socket for the plug, a three-prong, often seen in computers. So that's what I'm doing today. So. The holes I have to make are 5/8, which I don't have. I do have 1/2 inch, so I have to pre-boring it. I'm going to bore it out to 1/2 inch, and then take it on the mill and run an end mill through it. It's kind of pedestrian, but that's what I got. And the cutouts are complete. You can paint it in red. Vroom, vroom, vroom. So, plugs and switch are mounted now. It's pretty simple. And I made a heatsink for the Geckodrive. It's nothing fancy. It's just aluminum. I had to clear this because of constraints. I didn't have enough room. The fins wouldn't have cleared my power supply, but this is more than enough. And this is notched out so I can access my screws to tighten down the wiring. This is the Geckodrive G540. Doesn't look like much, but does the job, does it well. Kind of pricey, but it's worth it. I started off with one of these, and now it just collects dust. It's a gentle reminder not to skimp and try shortcuts, because you'll get burnt every time. But yeah, now I've started to paste this. I have to put more paste on. This is, for those that don't know, this is heat paste. There are other possibilities. You can go with a heat conducting epoxy, an epoxy one on, but I chose not to. It's very permanent. You will not get it off. I've done it in the past with other things and wound up regretting it, and I didn't want to do that with this. So what I've done is elongated it, and the posts that mount the G540 will then mount to this, and then clamp it down and pressure it against. This is so thick that I seriously doubt that it'll flex to any degree, and this is milled. It's a milled surface, so it's super flat. So, all right, let me get this together. So this is what I meant about the screws that are mounting this into the front are longer, and they're now pegs with the screw down here. So now I can slip this on. And Bob's your uncle. There it is. Heatsink. While these control wires actually get screwed into the G540, it's always a good idea to tin them anyhow. These wires are pretty fine, and if you screw on them and clamp them down, they tend to fray out. And there it is. Switch and the three home switches, and one nice little package. Good airflow. Nice. And now the fruit of my labors is the addition of this cable bundle hosed and going into here and going into this plug. Smooth switch. All tucked away clean. One little morsel done. Next comes the drain. That's going to be a toughie. Alright, thanks for watching.